You're watching The Luna Show, and right now you're about to meet Kiron Prodigy. How you doing, Kiron?
Oh, I'm doing great. How you doing, Luna?
I'm well. We're here at the Women's Ball.
Right.
Are you planning on doing something with that?
No, I'm
tonight?
part of
Are
the
you
ball.
walking?
Yeah, it's part of the Double Dare Balls. Me, Isha, and Shanu. Giving this little ball that we have. It's a mini deluxe plus party for gay pride. So we're just giving something for the positive people.
Tell me a little bit about your history so far in the ball scene.
I've been in the ballroom scene for about 17 years. I was married at one time to legend Joy Prodigy, who walks Women's Body. So that put me in the scene. So I was a non-walking member of the House of Prestige. Then I was a non-walking member of the House of Romeo Geely. Then I went to Ebony, and then Prodigy. And 5 years ago, I just started walking. So.
Okay. Oh, that's a long history, though.
Oh yeah, I've been around. See, I've seen you for a long time. Yeah,
so you've seen the ball scene like evolve in many ways.
Exactly. Yes.
So how do you take the ball scene today?
Politics, you know, it's political, it's shady a little bit, but that's the ballroom scene. You know what I mean? I think them uniting the women in the mainstream again is doing a good thing, because I think it kind of fell off course, and now I think they're trying to incorporate that back into mainstream, and I think that makes a plus.
Okay. And tell me about the women's scene. Do you think it's important to have like a women's scene and
right, because
it's
good to feel. Because a lot of women are in mainstream houses, but they feel ignored, or no one cares about them, or they walk the category and they may win, but nobody really gives them that accolade. Instead of, if you're a performer, you get a lot of accolades, or somebody to walk runway or something like that. So the women, I think having their own scene, I think is empowering. I think it is very empowering, but I just would like it not to lead to separation. That's
so you think people are looking at the women's scene as something else, like?
Yeah, I think they look at it like, okay, that's a step below mainstream. And some of the women, it's new. It is new for them. So I would say it's kind of different. Yeah. You know, whereas to the women's scene, certain things can fly, and then they have categories for everybody. On the mainstream, you usually have women's body, women's sex siren, face, and it kind of stops there. It gives them a chance to walk other categories and, you know, be creative. You know, because usually on the mainstream you might have a bizarre category, but usually that's a butch queen doing bizarre. Yeah. You know, so.
Well, that's odd. I mean, I like the women's scene. That's why I come out once in a while.
Yeah, I like the women's scene because I start on time and I go home on time.
Yeah.
You know, and I do the mainstream. You know, I'm from the mainstream, so I do the mainstream. But you know, I get tired of being up. You know, and it's starting at 4. Like, man, I want to go to bed.
So you actually recently been called a legend in the scene now.
Yes.
Tell me, how does that feel?
Sean Ebony deemed me new legend, and I think that's pretty cool. You know that was done. I mean, I've been in the ballroom scene so long. 10 years is what I remember, and then you're a legend. You know,
yeah.
And then
well,
you know,
that's the old way of
right. Yeah, that's the old way of doing it. 10 years. So then, when I was presented with a new legend, I was told that means, you know, you made a major statement. And I've been walking. You know, of course, when I first started, I was walking butch. And then, as soon as I started taking off my clothes, they were like, okay, that ain't a butch, that must be something else. And so the trans thing came in more heavier. And now I'm glad to see the category is blossoming.
Yeah.
Trans man realness is really blossoming and coming along.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of trans men doing it.
So what made you like transition? What was that process for you like?
For me, started when I was very, very young, about 5 years old. I always felt as though I was in the wrong body. I was one of those people. And I would tell my mother how much, like, you know, Mom, you know, I want to be a boy. She would say, no, you know, don't say that. You know, and I would be praying to God, like, please change me, you know. Then I went about 13 to 15 years ago, I had breast surgery, double mastectomy and reconstructive surgery. And then about 5 years ago, I started my hormone treatment. But you know, and started doing that, and now I felt like I was on the sidelines of life. Now I'm actually living it, because I'm happy with my reflection there.
That's hard.
And I think that's important.
It is.
That's very important.
So tell me some empowering words for young trans men out there that want to do it but are afraid to do it. What would you say to them?
I think if you are a trans man, I mean, it starts in the mind first anyway. You don't have to be on hormones to be trans. It's mental. But if you want to do this, Don't do it because you want to walk a ball. Don't do it because you want to be more real, or your girlfriend think it'd be hot for you to do. I would do it because it was life or death for me. And literally, if I had to live my life as a woman, I wouldn't be here to speak to you today. So it was life and death for me. So I think it should be life and death for you if you're going to do it, because our statistics on suicide with transgender is too high. And that's because we're jumping out there and doing things, and then you want to reverse it, and then, you know, you're unhappy with the outcome. So suicide is a big issue with that. You don't want to be unhappy with you. Don't go get surgery and get your breast removed when you know you like them sucked on. That don't make sense. You know, stop trying to be something you're not. So for me, I think it's very important that they take in the whole change, because everything changes, not just the outside, but inside too.
Yeah.
You know, and how people look at you.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you so much. Anything else you want us to know about you?
No, that's just it. We got Prodigy's Care. The next calendar will be out for the 2011 calendar. You seen the 2010, no, 9 we did.
I saw it. It was sexy,
Sales.
actually.
Right. So this one going to have about 24, 25 people. It's going to be hot, so stay tuned to that. And you can look us up, Coffee Table.
New York.
CoffeeTable.com, Yahoo@.com, and you'll be able to find
Coffee
us.
Table.
CoffeeTable@Yahoo.com. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's where you could get the calendar?
Yeah, they can all go into that and find out little information about a lot of the people
Oh, okay.
that, you know, that's
All right.
around.
Well, thank you so much for this.
And thank you.
All right.